Hi guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we will continue our alternate history of the world series. And just to let you know, next week's videos will be recorded this week. So you won't get accurate numbers of subscribers, but yeah, that's all we can do. But a few interesting things will happen in this video, including a German offensive into the Netherlands because they heard the Netherlands is planning to leave. But the British and French aren't going to stand by after it ends, because this is going to be the puppet state of the Netherlands will be made. And the Netherlands is only being protected because if they continue to let Germany continue their upward spiraling power rant, yeah. But it won't be a world war exactly. Kinda, but kinda not. I won't consider a world war. It won't have everyone in the world. I'll have all that. The Soviets might join and they might not, just move into Ottoman territory. With Germany succeeding and the whole of the Netherlands is forced to surrender. But let's see how they did it. Well, they moved around Belgium. And then they moved down the Rhine. They move up into the north. They take the north out. And once Brussels is taken, the Kingdom of the Netherlands is forced to surrender. Germany makes every inch of the Netherlands, which the Netherlands signs and agrees, into a puppet territory. And that's where they go. Why would they do this? They're not nice. But the British tell Germany, if they don't leave that area right this instant, there will be a war. Germany says, no, we won't let the Netherlands choose. They're in our sphere of influence, not yours. Britain, leave it alone. And France, none of your business, basically is what they say. But as you can tell, the Central Powers is the strongest pact in the world right now. So why would they go to war with them is my question. Why? What's the gain from it? Being antagonized? I don't know what's the gain from it. What do you think's the gain from it, guys? Well, something is to gain from it. We know. But what? Well, with France, with Newfoundland and Labrador declaring independence from Britain right now. But in their case, they still support France and Britain. Okay, and so France and Britain intervenes in this, even though Germany has explicitly told them not to do a thing because they will be destroyed. But Germany is kinda in the wrong. And it's just really the Central Powers. It's not really with the colonies. I don't know whose colonies is who. But yeah, some are the wrong countries. Well, yeah. But the British Empire entering the war throughout its world. Or any country. But soon after, they get good news as Germany attacks. And them having stood up to them. Of Germany's friends entering the war now, which include the Ottoman Empire, Persia, Azerbaijan, Armenia, Georgia, Caucasia, Italy, Poland, Hungary, Bulgaria, Greece, or is that Albania? Whatever it is. Wait, let me look at it once more. Okay, that's Albania, and that's Ottoman Empire, maybe? No, that's Greece. And then, because this war broke out, everybody is entering. And this war is known as a war for the Netherlands. If somebody getting kicked out of the Central Powers. For their lack of deciding to intervene, they just leave it because they have the choice, unlike the Netherlands that didn't. As basically their success in part was due to the Netherlands, they are fighting for the well-being of the Netherlands. They declared war on Germany. Yep, the island doesn't care. Let's see how this theater goes. Yep. They take out this island to free it. The Netherlands puppet state is considered illegitimate by multiple nations. That's going to be the first thing we see. The island of whatever that is falling. This area will definitely fall. What about Ethiopia? Well, Ethiopia in this invasion doesn't do so well. With them having success here in Africa, even in the British Nigeria and French Central Africa, in this exclave. And so far we can see how great it's going to go in Europe. Now, the most likely being that France will be kicked out of Africa. France starts evacuating a lot of its troops to Africa. But most of them do arrive together, and in part, they never land in Britain. Even though they probably could, they don't. With Portugal being part of this war, I know. And Yugoslavia. These two nations also are probably going to bring some stuff to Africa. If they can arrive, it's all assuming. With Yugoslavia having good success, having bad success. With success from the Ottoman Empire into the Middle East being really well. And the era of colonization continuing. With a request with British Raj moving in to Persia. And they take out a big chunk of it. Where else and then French troops move up from French Africa into Spanish Western Sahara. I guess that's what it's called. I don't know. And then they move into German Morocco. And yeah. Spain is kicked out of Africa. As hard as that may be to believe, but Spain got kicked out. It was unable to re-enter there, with Portugal moving a lot of troops out to Africa. A lot of their troops work on Libya's campaign. With it seeming that their reach in Africa is really weak. But then they realize they do have a good hold on Tunisia and Egyptian areas. But with not enough troops or supplies reaching here, and Germany was working hard to get there but failing, they now have this opportunity. With South Africa taking it too. And yeah. Central Powers had a major failure, which may result in the loss of this theater, but then they managed to hold the front. About here, it looks like a ceasefire eventually will happen or something. With the Dominion of Canada and Britain deciding on a joint invasion of here, mostly to secure the Netherlands' independence abroad. Because then they can move troops out of North America if they have the puppet taken over. What them really working on. This is really them working on giving the Netherlands independence is what led to this all. With the Netherlands regaining independence over this area over Indonesia, and the Netherlands has control back over here. Not over their own soil. With the Ottomans having a good defensive on Egypt, but Italy has bad on Eritrea and Djibouti. which costs Ottomans helping this front. Which Germany's mad at Italy for this, but they can't really be because, yeah. Italy is basically wiped out of Africa, with Italy losing lots of land in Africa. The Ottomans being pushed all the way back to the Suez Canal, with trouble erupting at the Suez, with them really starting a front over here. And now their way to push Germany out of Africa is actually underway, with them starting a campaign in northern Cameroon, with the goal being not to take their colonies, but limit it. Like, they have said that some colonies will be kept as German after, including the Congo and stuff. With Africa having fallen, now it's time to go over here and merge into German Oceania, basically. With the Soviets being sent questioned by the Allies for help, with them signing a non-aggression pact with Finland at the beginning, so neither of them will attack each other. Being found out later by the Germans, and when it does, Germany declares war on them. But there's nothing Germany could do but watch now. With them having one major march, and their first march against tyranny will happen in this area that they claim as theirs. They have a big claim over this area, with their claim being, well, kind of justified, I guess. If you think of it, the more you think of it. It was once their territory. But that's not really what makes a claim real. And yeah, an encirclement of Tehran and Iran as a state is going to collapse. With them linking up with their forces in the Caucasus, they have a thought they invade Germany. Everyone's having the most success, with Britain landing in France with all of its allies against this German campaign, with the French moving into the south and north, with this being the threat to Spain, so they quickly neutralize and take over Spain, with the strength of the Allies being a shock to Germany, as they seemingly just march through the Netherlands. With Hungary under a big threat, and Germany now is, comes an allied campaign into Germany. As they're encircling Berlin, they take it, and they move right into British lines, with Germany surrendering, which basically meant Albania and Bulgaria just up and leave the Central Powers, and never invade them again. But Hungary tried to, but nobody will stop invading. With Italy ready for a compromise as their puppet in Albania. Oh wait, that's their puppet. Oops. As the German victory is over. Their German dominance over Europe is over. The Brits will, honestly, probably negotiate with the Ottomans to get their territories back, as they move into southern Italy. And yeah, Italy gives up, kind of like the Ottoman Empire. Says you can have these, kinda, as they surrender and let the Brits walk into that. So now, let's see how the treaty goes. It's a big treaty covering a lot, so yeah. Africa will be covered, and Europe and the Middle East. To see the future of the world. Why would they negotiate with the bad guys? Because there's negotiating left to room. But Germany is severely weakened with Rhineland taken, but they keep some of their colonies, including Tanzania, Rwanda, Uganda, Dr. Congo, and Cameroon. Yes, it would be Middle Africa is partially intact, but yeah. They lost Togo land, sadly, and a few others. And also, the Soviets did not join them. Wasn't thinking there. And neither did Finland. Finland just did nothing. So yeah. And Canada was involved. I forgot to highlight them, but they were still involved. As I'm sure you know. With the Netherlands wanting to annex Rhineland, but refraining from doing so, as this is a negotiated peace, which means it should work. As Germany's still strong, for Italy's strength, for France, for the Soviets, for Britain, yep, see, everybody's still strong. And why would they do that? Ottomans are strong enough to keep Britain and the Soviets from fighting. Afghanistan is going to be left to keep the Comintern from them, but Xinjiang, not a big deal. But you know where it is? A Republic of China and Japan. This is a contentious situation. In that area, there is annexed by Australia, like in our timeline, except that was much earlier. Then Mexico is still like this, destroyed by the U.S., but who even is noticing? And thank you guys for watching today's video. We have 160 subscribers left to 1,000, which is our goal. So if you could, please subscribe us. That would be great for the channel. As I would really appreciate you if you have subscribed. It makes me happy. And yeah, we have 160 to our goal and next subscriber special at 1,000 subscribers. So please subscribe, like, and comment. Please consider doing it all as it means a lot for the channel. That's all for today's video. Wild Mapper out, but not until you subscribe.